So it's no secret that bodybuilding is a lot easier with a lot of money. And I've got a bit of a secret to tell you. I actually spend a lot of money on the food that I eat because it's a lot easier. I mean, with a lot of money, you can buy things like seafood, steaks, like filet. You can buy tons of nice sauces to make even food that shouldn't taste that great taste a lot better. So I thought, I'm gonna flip this 180. Me being someone who likes to spend a lot of money on the food that I eat, how about I try spending £1.50 each day and bodybuild for a whole week? So to make this challenge interesting, I thought, let's add a couple rules. So rule number 1, I'm not gonna be using any discounts. That's already gonna make things a lot harder. Rule number 2, I'm allowed to use basic seasonings and ketchup or basic condiments, but I'm not allowed to use things like gochujang or other types of sauces that I would typically buy because obviously they would cost a lot of money. Rule number 3, each one of my days should have at least 100 grams of protein and 1,500 calories. Bear in mind, we're doing this on a cut, so I'm actually aiming to lose weight, and that's typically what I'd eat anyway. And the final rule, I need to make this as tasty as humanly possible because it's gonna be hard otherwise. So this is the starting physique before we started the challenge. I'd say here I'm just below 20% body fat, maybe 17 or so. So we'll see where we can get to by the end of it. On day 0 of the prep day, I decided to do some research to see what kind of food I could come up with. And based on the research that I did at the time, chicken drumsticks seemed to be the best form of protein, so that's why I went off to, and I went to go buy them before the challenge started. Figured out the first thing to pick up as part of the challenge. Here we go. It's basically 2 kilograms of chicken drumsticks for £3. So second thing, I thought, you know, we need some flavor in here. So we got some brown onions over here. They're 50p for a kilo, so I'm gonna pick one up. So third thing I've got right now is some rice. It was 50p for a kilo, so we'll be adding this. I really wanted those prawns, but I knew that we couldn't fit it into our budget. So the third and final pickup I got today was some sausage, because I realized that it had a lot of protein relative to how much it cost. So I think that'll be the last thing we're gonna pick up. Grams right there. Seems kind of small, not really what I'm used to eating, but I mean, it's for the challenge. So this right here is going to equal 400 calories and just over 32 grams of protein. All right, so this is what we got so far. Literally going to be our breakfast. Obviously I'll go have a bit of ketchup with that because we're not counting condiments as part of the challenge. And yeah. So who would have guessed? Aldi sausages actually aren't that bad. It actually tasted pretty good. I should probably do some more research on what kind of meats to buy. Honestly, I didn't want to spend the entire time just eating meat. I wanted to make sure that I could make maybe some more interesting dishes. And so what I found here was eggs. And it seems great because according to Asda's price, I could probably afford this for the week. Only issue is, I don't know if you can see that, it's out of stock. We're off to Asda's to see if we can get some other cheap food that we could bodybuild on. So the next thing we're going to pick up is some chicken thighs, because we figured out that basically it had more protein than the drumsticks for the price. I think we've just been hit by some luck. Basically, we won't need to go to Asda to find the eggs because they're actually cheaper over here. So even if there aren't any there, there's no worries. So guys, we're in a bit of a predicament. We have £2 left and I still need to get 100 grams of protein left, but I don't want to get meat anymore. Or if I do, I want to get something different than chicken because that's basically what we've been getting so far. I saw there's halloumi here. So this is 50 grams of protein and it costs £1. So it would be better, but it's getting tight because I still wanted to get, for example, like sugar or something to make some sauces. But we're gonna go for a gamble. I am gonna get the halloumi for £1. So we're gonna be down to getting another 50 grams of protein left. And I can't get the sugar here because it's gonna be a little bit too expensive. I think when we go to Asda, I hope I can find something and maybe find a small source of protein for like 50p. This is a massive gamble. I don't even know if we're gonna do it. I think if I could go back and change something, I probably wouldn't have gotten the onions. Because thinking about it now, I'm down 50p from probably what I needed and the sugar, and I probably would have been just within budget. So yeah, if I could, I'd probably go back and not get the onions. But thinking about it, actually, I don't even have the vegetables I wanted. Like, I don't know if we can make it anymore. We've got less than the average packet of crisps cost nowadays left to get 50 grams of protein and some sweetness in our diet. All right, I'll see you in Asda. So we're here at Asda now. Just walked over. So at this point, I didn't realize how much harder the challenge was about to get. I was down to my last £1.90. I had almost enough protein, but no sugar in my diet whatsoever. And I need to find a miracle in Asda. Psych! So I just figured out that I've been doing the whole challenge wrong, and actually there was a way cheaper form of protein, and it's just bacon. Basically, this is half a kilo of bacon, and in there's 150 grams of protein. So after picking up the bacon, I realized I didn't have a lot of money left. I decided to take what I had, go home and see what I could do, and maybe with the remaining amount of money I had left, I would be able to sort something out later on in the challenge. So we're gonna cook up 100 grams of rice. I've read that this is 360 calories for 100 grams of uncooked. So that's 360 calories. We're also gonna use the sausages. I think I'm gonna use 4 of them. Apart from that, we're gonna have one of the chicken thighs and an egg, and that should put us at exactly 1,500 calories and 100 protein for the day. So I'll get that cooked and I'll show you what it looks like. I've got one of the egg and the 3 sausages here and half the rice. I'm gonna take the other half of the rice and put it inside of a box. Also have one of the sausage and the chicken, and I'll have that later at the beach. I just stormed into the kitchen, hallucinating. So I just woke up and I'm feeling pretty exhausted. Panic has arisen, it's gone off. I've kind of realized it's gonna be even harder than I initially thought. Going insane, I need to eat more. Hooray. That was the end of day 1. If you guys want to see what happens in the next episodes, make sure to watch out for them. And if you want to be notified for when the next episodes come out, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.